Good morning, soldiers. This is Sergeant Merrill, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Black Hat tactical equipment and why it's such a popular choice among players. Now I know, there are other videos on the Black Hat out there, guys, but I'm a strong believer if you're not the first to do something, to be the best to do something. So sit back, you just might learn something new in this video because I researched everything there is to know about the Black Hat, and I believe this is going to give you more information than any other video out there. So in case you don't know what the Black Hat is, it's a piece of tactical equipment that Treyarch describes as being able to hack equipment and care packages or disable enemy vehicles. Now, part of this may sound familiar because in Black Ops 1 there was actually a perk called Hacker, and when you got the pro version it allowed you the ability to sabotage enemy care packages and turn enemy equipment friendly. It was actually a very popular third tier perk because it also combined with the ability for you to see all their equipment and tactical insertions and stuff like that in highlighted red, so it combined both of those things into one. Now they've taken it from being a perk and they've turned it into a piece of tactical equipment. So what I want to do in this video is I want to dig into the facts of the Black Hat, dispel some of the rumors and mystery that is surrounding it, and let you know situationally how you can use it best to your advantage. First, it's important to note that each Black Hat is a one pump chump. That's right, guys, you use it once and you discard it. I don't know what military or what company would make a disposable PDA like this, but that's just the way it is. Whenever you use it against any equipment or score streak, it's done. With that being said, that one use is effective against a lot of different things. It's effective against all enemy equipment. That means it will instantly, when targeted toward enemy equipment, turn it into your own, except for the enemy tactical insertion. It's actually going to destroy that. And when you point this thing toward the enemy equipment, it's instantaneous in it turning it into your own. And this becomes very interesting when you combine it with the Engineer perk, which highlights all enemy equipment in red. And you can just kind of roll around the map and turn this enemy equipment into your own. Like I said, aside from the tactical insertions, it will just destroy that. So the question that many people have is, how much of the enemy's equipment can I have on the field or on the map at any one time? For example, if there are 5 bouncing Bettys in a room, can I turn all 5 into mine and have them stay up? And first, the only way that this is going to be possible, because you only start with 2, or you can only have a maximum of 2 Black Hats at any one given time, is if you have Scavenger and you're using Black Hats and you pick more up through the Scavenger perk. So that's going to be the only way you could do this to begin with, but with some experimentation, we have found out that you can only have 2 lethal options on the map at any one given time. So for example, 2 bouncing Bettys on the map. Once you go for that 3rd bouncing Betty, it's going to destroy the first one. And with your tactical options, you can only have 3. So let's say you have 3 shock charges turned towards your own. When you go for the 4th one, it's going to destroy the first one. Some people may not be interested in knowing that, but I think it's interesting to know. Some people think that they can just roll around and have like 50 bouncing Bettys on the map. That's not true. There is a limit, and I thought you should know. Now, as far as the range on the Black Hat, it's pretty damn tremendous, depending on whether you have a line of sight or not. Now, it's effective in both situations. Let's say it's hiding behind a wall. You can still hack that enemy equipment, but the range required is much different. So here we can see the maximum distance when you have a line of sight on the enemy equipment. You can't even see it from this distance, but let's say you know that it's a popular spot for, let's say, a bouncing Betty. If you have a line of sight on it, there aren't going to be many instances in Black Ops 2 in which you cannot hack enemy equipment when you have a line of sight. Now, when you don't have a line of sight, let's say the enemy equipment is behind a wall and you're using the Engineer perk and you can still see that it's there, that range is cut in about a third. I thought it was halfway, but I mean, as you can see here, I really had to move up. I want to say it's about a third of the effective range as when you do have a line of sight. Now, do you need the Engineer perk in order to hack equipment through a wall? No, you don't. You absolutely don't need that perk at all. It's just a tremendous help because there is a little bit of a hitbox with it. You know, you can't just aim in the general direction and expect to hack enemy equipment and score streaks. You actually need to kind of know where it is. So if you're not using the Engineer perk, maybe you just aim it in a spot that's pretty popular for Claymore or for Sentry Gun, and you can just kind of see if it's there or not. It won't show in the PDA unless it's hacking it or it's already hacked, because with enemy equipment it's pretty instant. So you don't need the Engineer perk. It will hack through walls no matter what. Now, when you start getting into the enemy score streaks, it no longer turns it into your own. You know, God, it would be awesome if you could turn the enemy Sentry Gun into your own, but that's not the case here. I know that was the case in Black Ops 1 with the Hacker perk, but in Black Ops 2, it actually just destroys the score streak. Now, how many is required to destroy that score streak? Depends on the score streak. For the lower score streaks, it's only going to require one, and that involves the UAV, the counter UAV, the Guardian, the Sentry, the Dragonfire, and even the AGR. All those take only one Black Hat. Now the hack time is a lot more than with enemy equipment. It's no longer instant. It takes about 5 or 6 seconds, and you need to remain within that hitbox during that time. Now when you start getting into the stealth helicopter and the escort drone, it's going to require 2 Black Hats, and when you get into the Warthog, the Lodestar, and the VTOL warship, it's going to require 3 Black Hats. Now you're not able to roll around with 3 Black Hats at any one given time, so again, the only instance in which you're going to be able to take out the Warthog, Lodestar, or VTOL warship with your Black Hat only is if you have Scavenger, and I think it would be kind of a tremendous effort in order to do that. But it is interesting to know that it is effective in some manner. So here we have a piece of equipment that only requires 1 slot in your tactical slots, and it takes out all enemy equipment, turning it into your own, and it also takes out a good number of score streaks. But we're not done yet. The Black Hat also has the capability of retrieving your care packages for you, instantaneously, I might add. And it not only does that, you can also use it to retrieve the enemy care packages, and it's twofold in what it does there. Both it retrieves the care package for you and gives you whatever score streak was within that care package, and it also turns that care package into a bomb for the enemy. So it's a lot like in Black Ops 1, when you would use Hacker Pro, it would kind of sabotage the enemy care package and turn it into this sneaky little bomb to where they went to retrieve it, it would explode. The same thing here. So it both gives you the score streak and turns it into a trap for the enemy. Now that's pretty awesome. So I think a lot of people are starting to realize at this point why it's so popular with players. And it seems so minimal when it's in the menu, when you're looking at your tactical options. It looks like something that's just kind of like, you know, that's nothing cool about that. The Black Hat is actually one of the more popular options right now, and I think it's increasingly growing. I think even beyond the EMP. I personally prefer the EMP grenade more, but the Black Hat I think is extremely popular, and I think now you know why. So I want to know your feelings on the Black Hat tactical option. Now that you know everything there is to know about it, is it something that you're going to be using more often? But that's all I have for this video, guys. This is Sergeant Merrill, out here.